moment, the world champion currently, or came into the tournament as world number 2, Alessio FOCONI, right at the top of the draw there, knocking out Timur Safin, the Russian, world number 7 in the previous round. And he goes up against another form fencer, Wuxi Individual of the USA. Joining me now in the commentary box, well, we've decided to go for a bit of a father-son lineup here in our experts' seat. Greg Massialas, the coach of the USA foil program, was in the hot seat for the women's semi-final, and joining us now is his son, Alexander. Alex, how are you?
You know, I'd be doing a little bit better if I was on the strip, but you know, I'm glad to be here commentating the finals.
Yeah, well, there's 4 of you at the moment that are really in great form. These two, Wuxi Individual on your left, Alessio FOCONI on the right, Richard Kruse and yourself, and Timur Safin as well, all firing on all cylinders at the moment, making it a really tough competition in men's foil.
Yeah, in particular, Wuxi, FOCONI and Kruse have really set the bar high this season. Wuxi going for 3 straight medals between Paris here and Tokyo, I believe. And FOCONI also, I think this is his 3rd medal of the season as well, at least a 2nd. And, you know, Kruse taking 2 golds, a bronze, and then top 16 here. So, you know, those 3 have clearly set themselves apart for this season.
Yeah, the start of the season doing really well here, and this could quite easily be a final. It's sure to be an interesting battle. It's Natalia Zerevleva who is refereeing the match. Look, Alex, you know these guys really well. Just to give us a brief synopsis of their styles and what we can expect in this semi-final.
Yeah, so these 2 have actually fenced already twice this season. Wuxi, I think, winning the last matchup in Tokyo to take the silver, and FOCONI taking the bronze. So FOCONI, both fencers are quite aggressive. You see there, Wuxi trying to take the tempo, and then, but FOCONI is very calm when he comes forward. Small steps, waiting for you to react so he can come around and hit you the other way. And Wuxi, also same way. Both these fencers want to take the initiative, want to impose their will on their fencer, not to react as much to what the others are doing.
It's interesting as well, you mentioned that they've met twice this season already, but as you say, most recently in Tokyo, and that was a bit of a one-away battle, Wuxi Individual winning 15-6. Is it usually that far ahead? Oh, crikey, as Alessio FOCONI runs out of space on the piste. It's 14 metres long. You put both feet over the back line and you concede a point to your opponent. It doesn't happen very often at this level.
No, it doesn't. But even the best fencers sometimes lose track of the strip, especially the final strip looks a little bit different than the ones you've been fencing on all day. It's just a little bit different feel, but I would highly doubt he'd do it again.
Just about holding on to the right of way there, Wuxi Individual hitting off target. So I was going to say, Alex, you would expect these 2 to end up with a fairly close contest, but in Tokyo, 15-6 to Wuxi Individual, that was a big swing.
Yeah, so in Paris, Wuxi realized that FOCONI got the best of him, fencing him over, there in the bronze medal match. I think he came back and really developed a good game plan. Now working with Stefano Cerioni, he also has the inside loop on how the Italian style, how they think. Stefano's been with the Italian team when they were all juniors as well, so he knows these fencers so intimately and is able to give really good insight and to figure out what went wrong in Paris and how to fix it and adjust for Tokyo, and that's exactly what he did.
Interesting that you mentioned the change of coach to Stefano Cerioni. Wuxi hadn't long been with Sergei Golovitsky, and that chop and changing of coaching is quite difficult, isn't it? As a fencer, transition.
It can be. Fortunately for me, I've never had to experience this, but
you've got one at home.
Yeah, exactly. But Wuxi Wuxi has changed coaches a number of times. Previously, being with Jed Dupree, then Dan Kellner, then Sergei, and now Stefano, and I think this change has clearly worked out very well for him so far. I mean, you just look at his results this season, and he's already set himself apart as being one of the top contenders for the season as far as the World Championships and the overall World Cup is concerned.
He certainly has, and the two fencers running into each other there. I think they're both a tiny bit winded, but a high five, apologising to each other. No malice in that, they just ran into each other. They're going for this so passionately that sometimes it happens. All of a sudden, Alex, the fight started to take place in the middle of the piece, and they're not moving quite as much as they were earlier on.
Yeah, I think both of them realize they don't want the action to happen at the very end of their strip. They realize if you get pushed to the end, you generally fall into trouble. That way they can crowd you. They can find their distance because if you get at the end of the strip, you go too far, you lose a touch, just as Alessio FOCONI happened to him. And, wow, great touch by FOCONI, but I think mostly because Race lost his footing there.
We've got a replay of it here.
Yeah, he slips a little bit.
The cart parry opening up the shoulder as Wuxi Individual slipped over and left the top of his shoulder exposed, but takes great accuracy to land that hit.
Of course. Even given a free opportunity like that, not a lot of fencers can put that on so consistently. But if you can see right now, both fencers are trying to take initiative, and FOCONI really now realizing he really does not want to go backwards, and gives the right of way here. But I would be surprised if he waited to go to the end of the strip. And there you go.
Imboden missing his first attack as FOCONI stepped in to close the distance on the counter attack, but it was Imboden who reacted faster here.
Yeah, FOCONI gets the parry, but no repost, and Imboden able to put the point on the remise. He's so strong with that pre-remise. Really closes that line super strong. Is almost always able to put the point on.
Just building the attack a little bit more patiently there. Imboden starting to open up a bit of a lead here.
Yeah, I believe he's trying to attack and impose his will on FOCONI. I think also wants to attack, but Race not really giving him a lot of opportunities off the line. Like right here, taking initiative and going. Both fencers, I think, realize that going backwards is not what they want to be doing. Obviously, both are great fencers, so defensively they can succeed. But because these fencers are both also very great attackers, they want to be doing what they do best, and that's just going forward.
Well, the cheers from the crowd here are all for FOCONI, who lands a bit of a free one.
Yeah, Race taking the blade, making the good action, but just missing and a little bit too close. FOCONI coming back with a nice, strong attack. As you see, both of them are trying to take initiative, be the one attacking, and usually the one going forward is the one scoring the touch.
It's turned into something reminiscent of Sabre. They're both cutting off the line one after another. Oh, now, does that one go through? It does, indeed.
Yeah. Race missing the first one, and FOCONI able to capitalize right away. Again.
It's taken a while to warm up as the two have cancelled each other out. Now, rather than cancelling each other out, they're taking turns hitting each other.
Yeah. And it's all off the line now. I think we'll see a lot more actions off the line, right in the middle, right at the beginning, because both people realize they don't want to go backwards.
He's trying to use line to block out Alessio FOCONI. Perhaps got away with that one a little bit. I was about to say that FOCONI had an opportunity to land his long attack.
FOCONI stops, Race takes over.
He feels like he slowed down, but you can clearly see he stopped. And not only that, he tried to take the blade as well, and that's conceding the right of way, which you need to score a point in foil. Oh, look at that.
The attack. Simple on the blade, and that's what Race loves to do. Take the blade, and then finish simple, take the blade and go. Don't overcomplicate it, especially when the opponent wants to counterattack. FOCONI's already hit him on a few counterattacks this bout, So I think he wants to be careful, take the blade, and that really dissuades your opponent from counterattacking when
Well, the first period has gone to Imboden, but Foconi is only a couple of hits behind as he sits down and discusses things with his coach, Giulio Tomasini. How important as a fencer on the circuit at the moment is it for you to, if you're down, get to that minute's break and have a chance to speak to the coach?
Yeah, I mean, definitely if the momentum is swinging in the opposite direction, you really want to be able to get there. But, you know, there are times when the other fencer realizes this and tries to force touches against you, you know, push you, be aggressive, attack, knowing that they already have the momentum and they just want to keep rolling with it. And in those situations, those scenarios, that's when it's important for you to, you know, be able to take some time for yourself. Get, you know, keep your mind clear. Don't just get too flustered by what the opponent's doing. Maybe see if your shoelace is untied or fix your socks a little bit. But, you know, getting to, if you're not able to get to the minute break, those are some things you can do to take a little bit more time and clear your head. But getting to that minute, if you're not doing so hot in the bout, definitely extremely important. A chance for you to regroup, change the game plan, and come out with a change of plan of attack.
Well, it's what Foconi needs in this second period. To be fair, there were moments of brilliance from him in that first period. I'm not sure that his coach Tomasini would have said it too much as we go to a video review.
Yeah, a couple remises. Honestly, did not catch here, but it looks like it's close.
Is it parry riposte for?
Parry riposte, no. I think remise is potentially Foconi's touch, but we'll see what the referee calls. Yeah.
Okay. Counter riposte for Foconi. I can tell you that Alessio Imboden's not happy, and nor is his coach Stefano Cirioni. And Imboden this time deciding to close the distance on Foconi as he came forward. Foconi now just employing a slightly different footwork. He's using these little stuttering steps.
He's going slow and small, seeing if Race will step in and counterattack, and there he was actually able to pick up the blade, but he wasn't able to capitalize and hit Race. But there you go, see the same action again. He's waiting for Race to bite, waiting for Race to counterattack. What Race needs to do is really keep his focus and keep his distance, not try and counterattack and let Foconi take the blade.
So, call again from Foconi for a video review.
Looks a lot like Race's touch. Both came off the line, but Race is the one initiating the lunge first. Looks like Foconi is reacting to me.
Well, let's hear what the referee has to say.
And Foconi even acknowledges with the finger.
He's seen it on the replay himself. Trying to go for a counter riposte as well there. A bit of second intention from the Italian, trying to mix it up.
That's, you know, the last few touches he tried to do that, he just hasn't hit the point. To just go direct, you know. That's what happens when you have the opponent thinking about, you know, second intention too much, then being able to go straight is closing the gap with two quick touches right away.
Oh, well, for me, I thought that looked more like Foconi's. The referees called it as simultaneous, both going for the same thing at the same time, and Race calls for the video.
We'll see what happens. You know, in these kinds of actions, I actually think, you know, it's someone's touch, but yeah, for me, that looks a lot more like Race's. He's initiating the beat. Obviously, Foconi's trying to go for it as well, but Race is the one coming forward. He's already initiating the attack. And that's what happens when you know, beat attack versus one blade action. It wasn't like it was landed on the guard or anything.
Referee has called that together. You both do the same thing. Stop. Race and Imboden stops, and they both go at the blade at the same time, and she can't separate them. So no hit and 10 apiece.
Good action by Race, not getting too close, but just hitting off a little bit off target. disciplined by Race to not counterattack until the very end. Once he saw Foconi commit, he was able to close him out instead of going early and letting Foconi take the blade and go.
And putting in a block at the end there to just make sure there was no chance of getting hit.
Beautiful attack by Race.
So the momentum shifted back to the American. Foconi came out for the second period and started to put his stamp of authority on the match, but now it's with Imboden, the American. Lovely stop hit. Now that hit is only works if you don't get hit yourself. Foconi was attacking.
And, but Race was able to sneak it in with the right timing, right distance. Foconi took a little, hesitating a little bit with the step, and that's when we were able to really throw it in there. Foconi coming out with a touch of his own, 13-11.
Yeah. This could easily change direction again, and it looks like it is. Alessio FOCONI delighting the home crowd here.
Slightly lazy on Race's part, but I think he will lock it down for the next 2 touches.
FOCONI picks up the blade, and immediate hit back from Imboden.
He's baffled that he didn't hit, but I'd love to take a look at the replay there. It looked like he hit him. Oh, I don't know.
It did look. I mean,
looks a lot like he hit him.
Yeah,
but,
our replays are from the ends rather than front on, so we don't quite see everything. But that certainly looked like he hit.
That's the nature of fencing sometimes. If your foil's not working great, it's just unfortunate to happen at such a critical juncture.
Nothing between these two. We knew this
great touch by Race.
We knew this was going to be lined up to be something special, and it's certainly not disappointed. Imboden 1 away from making a gold medal match here in Turin, but he's up against an Italian.
Nice and beautiful attack by Race Imboden to finish it off.
Oh, you can see what that means to Race Imboden. He's taken out Alessio FOCONI. The world number 3 has beaten the world number 2. And there you have it, confirmation that Race Imboden will be in the gold medal match here in the Turin Grand Prix 2019. And what a brilliant performance from both the athletes. It's the American that got it over the line.